Hello students, welcome to a new lecture of organic compounds. In the last class we were discussing about saturated hydrocarbons, which was alkanes, right? In that we have seen its properties, its isomerism and its preparations also. Coming to the next hydrocarbon, which are unsaturated hydrocarbons. Unsaturated hydrocarbons are of two types. One is alkene and the other is alkynes. So one by one we will look into each unsaturated hydrocarbons, starting from alkenes. Right, what does it mean by alkene? A hydrocarbon in which at least one double bond is present are called as alkenes. The simplest alkene we can have is with two carbon. Can you get an alkene having only one carbons? It's not possible, right? To make any alkene you should have a minimum of two hydrocarbons. If there are two hydrocarbons, that alkene is called as ethene. If there are two carbon, it is eth, and double bond is present means the suffix should be ene, right? So the simplest alkene is ethene. In every hydrocarbon, whether it has all sigma bonds or a double bond or a triple bonds, valency of the carbon should always be 4. If I take double bonds between these two carbons, the remaining bonds should be 4, right? 1, 2 are already over 3 and 4. Same way 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 is already over 3 and 4, right? So this is the simplest alkene. If you increase the number of carbons, you will get higher alkene. Let me increase one carbon atom. If it was having 2, let me make an alkene having 3 carbons, right? In 3 carbons, I will take a double bond here. After writing the double bond, required number of hydrogens to satisfy the tetravalency. 1, 2, 3 carbons. What is the name for 3 carbons? Prop. And if double bond is there, suffix ene comes. Same way, 1, 2, 3, 4. Next hydrocarbon is having 4 carbons. 4 means but, and ene comes for the next for the suffix alkene, right? So these are the members of homologous series of alkenes, right? Starting from ethene, propene, butene, pentene and so on. Now if these are all the members, you should have a general formula for all the alkenes, just like alkenes. What is the general formula of all the alkenes? CnH2n, that's it, right? For alkane the formula was H2n plus 2, but for alkene the formula is H2n only. Suppose, is it really valid? Let us verify. If carbons are 2, how many will be hydrogens? 2, C2H4. Is it correct? C2, 1, 2, 3, 4, H4, correct. C3, H23. C3H6, is it correct? 1, 2, 3, 2 plus 3 plus 3, 6, correct, right? So this is the general formula for all the alkenes, right? Now looking at the hybridization of alkenes. In every alkane, the hybridization of the carbon was sp3 and the shape was tetrahedral. But in alkene, the hybridization will be different, right? What is the hybridization in alkene? Each carbon atom is having sp2 hybridization. This carbon has sp2 hybridization, this carbon has sp2 hybridization, right? In a alkene, whichever bond is involved in double bonds will have sp2 hybridization. In this alkene, out of 2 carbons, both the carbons are having sp2 hybridization. In that, sp2 means how many hybrid orbitals? 1 plus 2, total 3 hybrid orbitals, right? This is one sp2, this is another sp2, this is another sp2. What is this bond is made from what? An orbital which is p orbital, which is left on carbon, has electrons, pi electrons will overlap sideways, and because of that overlapping, unhybridized p orbital overlaps sideways. This is the central sigma bond. On that bond, p orbitals overlap and p orbitals are overlapping sideways, that means it is weak. Therefore, sigma bond is always stronger and pi bonds are weak. Just like that, in every alkenes, it has pi electrons loosely held. That means if that pi electrons are loosely held to make a pi bond, it is also very easy to break that pi bond, right? Therefore, these pi electrons which are present on top of the single bond and bottom of the single bond, it is present around the sigma bond. They are acting like a nucleophile. What does a nucleophile have? Extra electrons, right? If it has extra electrons around it which can be easily donated to others, it acts as a nucleophile, and all the agents in which electrophiles are present will easily attack alkenes. It behaves as a nucleophilic substrate on that electrophilic reagents attacks very easily. So, when you study the reactions or the properties of alkenes, you will see different electrophiles reacting in different manners. In fact, they react in the same manner, but the products are different. Different electrophile reacts to give different products, right? So, now this was about the hybridization of alkene, and if sp2 hybridization is present, the shape will be angular shape, right? Now, coming to the isomerism of alkenes. In alkenes, we have seen that it undergoes only chain isomerism from structural. It cannot undergo stereo isomerism, right? The same way, even in alkenes also structural isomerism is present, but along with structural isomerism, it also has stereo isomerism. In stereo, which type it has? Geometrical, right? We have studied about cis-trans isomerism. What was the condition for geometrical isomerism? Molecule should have a double bond, then only geometrical isomerism is possible, right? Therefore, alkenes have geometrical type of stereoisomerism and chain type of structural isomerism, or even in fact position also. Position type of structural isomerism and chain type of structural isomerism, right? So, let us take one alkene as an example and try to find out how many isomers can it give. How many in the sense? Both structural and geometrical. First we will look at structural isomers only, and then we will see stereoisomers only. Okay, we will not combine both, we will separately see structural isomers of which formula? Let me take C5H10, because if you take more number of carbon atoms, the option becomes more, therefore it is easy for us to mix and match, right? If you take less number of carbon atoms, you will get 1 or 2 isomer only. So, we will try with 5 carbons first, right? Okay, with 5 carbons, which isomer you should take? Very beginning, all the 5 are present in a single chain, right? That now this is all the having all the 5 carbon atoms, you give numbering as 1 2 3 4 5, and the double bond is present here. What is the name of this compound? 5 carbon means pent, as the double bond is present on first carbon in, right? Is this isomer correct? I have not written hydrogens, let me write. Required number of hydrogens I have written, but I have got the first important name of the compound. Then later at the end also you can satisfy hydrogens. Right. Next isomer, what can I get? If I change the double bond from first carbon to second carbon, will I get a different isomer? Yes. Give numbering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Before itself you give numbering. Earlier the double bond was at first carbon, now I will keep the double bond at second carbon, right? What is the name of that compound? 5 carbons in the straight chain, root word will be pent only, but the double bond is coming at second carbon, so the name becomes pent 2-ene. Is it? Now satisfy the tetravalency by adding required number of hydrogens. This is pent2-ene. Next compound, can I shift the double bond from second carbon to third carbon? Let me try. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Earlier it was on second carbon, now I will keep it on third carbon, right? So what will be the name for this compound? Pent3-ene. But if I give numbering in such a way that double bond containing carbon is not getting the least possible number, is that the correct name? No. If double bond is present at this position, numbering from left to right is wrong. So you should give least possible number, which means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If that is the correct numbering, double bond is coming at the second position only, which you have already written, right? So pent3-ene is not possible. Now for pent options, all are covered. What I will do? I will take the compounds having 4 carbons in the longest chain only. Where will the 5th carbon go? As a branch. I will take only 4 carbons in the longest carbon chain and give numbering in the beginning itself. Right? Okay. In that compound, let me take the double bond at first carbon. Where is a methyl group? Let me take methyl group here at second carbon. How many carbons total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All 5 are covered. But in the longest carbon chain, how many carbons are present? Bute. Where is the double bond? At first position. Where is the methyl group? 2-methyl bute 1-ene is the name. Is it a different isomer or not? Yes, it is a different isomer. Required number of hydrogens 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? In the same compound having 4 carbons, can I get a different compound if I shift the methyl group from second position to third position? Yes. I will take the methyl group at third carbon. Now what I will do? Required number of hydrogens are over. Longest carbon chain has 4 carbons, that means bute. Where is the double bond? Double bond is at first carbon only, 1-ene. Where is the methyl group? 1, 2, 3. Now the methyl group is coming at the third position, 3-methyl bute 1-ene. I have shifted the methyl group from second position to third position. Let me shift the double bond from first carbon to second carbon. If I do so, will I get a different isomer? Let me try. Hydrogens in the end. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? Earlier the double bond was at first carbon. Now I will keep the double bond at second carbon. Right? Now where should be the methyl group? I will keep methyl group here. What is the name of this compound? 1, 2, 3, 4. Means bute. Where is the double bond? 2-ene. Where is the methyl group? 2-methyl bute 2-ene. Here you got 2-methyl bute 1-ene. Are they different isomers? Yes, they are different isomers. They have same molecular formula, but the position of the double bond is different. So these two are position isomers. Are they? Yes. Now what I will do? I will try to shift the position of methyl group from second carbon to third carbon. Double bond, let it be on second carbon only, but methyl group I will shift on third carbon. Numbering 1, 2, 3, 4. What is the name of the compound isomer? 1, 2, 3, 4 means bute. Where is the double bond? Second carbon. -ene. Where is the methyl group? Methyl group is at third carbon. Any other possibility? Can you get an alkene having 3 carbons in the longest carbon chain? Let me try. If you compare all these isomers, are they exactly same with each other? No, their molecular formulas are same, but something or the other is different. The chain can be different. Here 5 carbons, here 4 carbons. So these two are chain isomers. What type of isomers are these two? The chain is same, but the position of the double bond is different. So first two are chain isomers. First and third are sorry, first and second are position isomers because position of the double bond is different. Here the position was 1, here the position is 2. But first and third, which type of isomers are they? Here the number of chains are 5, here the number of carbons are 4. So first and third are chain isomers. Second and third, which type of isomers are they? They are also chain isomers. Third and fourth, here also 4 carbons, here also 4 carbons. So they are not chain isomers. Then which type of isomers are they? Position of the double bond is also same. But what is the different? Functional group is present, alkyl group is present at a different position. Therefore they are position isomers. Between these two, what is the difference? Position of the double bond is at first carbon, position of the double bond is at second carbon. So they are also position isomers. You will have chain isomers or position isomers in alkenes, right? Now, for butane we have tried all these options. Let me try for prop. Even more condense. Total number of carbons should be 5. Is it possible to get or not? Let me check. Double bond is kept at 1, 2, 3. I keep the double bond here. Now 3 carbons are over. I should add 2 more carbons. That means 2 more methyl groups should be added. If I add methyl group here, it will give you 4 carbons in the chain. So I cannot add the methyl group at third carbon. I cannot even add methyl group at this carbon because even then it becomes 4 carbon chain only, which is butene, which we have already written. The only option is we have to add methyl group at second carbon. Then only it is possible. What is the name of this isomer? The longest carbon chain is prop. Where is the double bond? At first carbon. What are the groups here? 2, 2 dimethyl propene, right? With this molecular formula, you are able to get how many structural isomers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 structural isomers can be possible. Till now we have not seen geometrical isomers. We should also see geometrical isomers. Now let us take geometrical isomers. And in geometrical isomers, the way you draw the diagram, the way you draw the structure should be a little different. Your structure should be written in this manner. Then only cis or trans become easy for us to identify. Our focus for geometrical isomerism should be purely the double bond, right? On the double bond, are the groups opposite to each other or they are same side by side to each other? That should be our focus, right? So let us now find out how many geometrical isomers can be possible for the same formula. In the exam you may be asked, write all the structural isomers possible for the given molecular formula, or they may ask you, find out whether the structural isomers for this formula is correct or not, or whatever it is. But with the molecular formula you should be able to write structural. If they ask structural means you should write structural. If they ask geometrical means you should be able to write geometrical, right? Let us look at this. Molecular formula is this. How many carbons are there in the compound? 5 carbons. That means 2 are already here. That means you should write 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? Then only it is correct. On this carbon, tetravalency means 1, 2, 3, 4. No chance. Right? On this carbon, one hydrogen. 1, 2, 3, 1 hydrogen. Is it? This is one option. You tell me this compound is having same groups. Whenever you want to check the geometrical isomerism, you should compare for the same groups. Don't compare for the opposite groups. Okay, don't compare for the opposite groups, right? So now in this compound, are they at the same position or different position? They are at the same position. So the name of this compound, what is the name? Cis. What is the name? 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 carbon means, what is the root word? Cis. Pent. Where is the double bond present? 1, 2, second position. Cis pent 2 ene. Because if I start from this position, 2, third number will come. 2 and 3. But if I start from this position, 1, second position only. So pent 2-ene is the correct, which is cis. Same way, if cis is possible, that means trans is also possible. So I will draw the trans isomer from the same formula. What I will do is I will change the position. Now the same groups are at which position? Trans position. So what is the name of this compound? Trans pent 2-ene is the trans isomer. Both of them are geometrical isomers for this formula, right? So alkenes show structural as well as geometrical isomers. Now we will try to solve some of the examples given in the textbook. Now let us try to see which molecules can be possible to give cis-trans isomerism. So the question from in a textbook was draw cis-trans isomer of the given formula. Whenever we try to give cis-trans isomerism, the first thing we should do is write this. Always you first do this. Everyone has this skeleton only. Here also we will do this. Same way here also, first write this. Same way here also. After writing this, it will be very easy for us to identify the groups present around this carbon and this carbon, right? In this given formula, these two carbons I have already written, right? It is this carbons. It is this carbon and it is this carbon. On this carbon, what are the two groups they have given? H is one group, Cl is another group, is it? Right. On this carbon, what are the groups they have given? H is one group, Cl is another group. Which type of isomer is it? Two same groups are on the same side, that means it is a cis isomer, is it? It is a cis isomer. Now let us, if cis isomer is possible, that means trans isomer should be possible. Shall we write trans isomer of the same? Let us do so. Trans isomer means chlorine here, the remaining are hydrogen. So this is cis and this becomes trans, right? So you got you have drawn cis isomer as well as trans isomer for this formula. Going to the next compound. The carbons which I have written is this carbon and this carbon, is it? On this carbon there are two groups. What are those two groups? C2H5 is one group and CH3 is another group. Same way, on this carbon there are two groups. What are those two groups? C2H5 is one group and CH3 is another group. What type of isomer is it? The same groups are present on same side or opposite side? Same side. That means this isomer is a cis isomer. If cis isomer is possible, we can easily draw trans isomer also. Let us draw trans isomer for the same. What I will do? We will just change the position. We will bring C2H5 here and CH3 here. Now the same groups are on the opposite side, is it? So this is a cis isomer and the other is a trans isomer. Let us go to the next compound, right? In this, the carbons which I have written, what are those carbons? It is this carbon and this carbon, is it? So on this carbon, what are the two groups? The two groups are CH3 and CH3. Let me write CH3 and CH3. Then next, on this carbon, what are the two groups? One group is hydrogen and the other group is C2H5. What was the question, by the way? Find out which of the following, A, B, C, D, among which of the following cis-trans isomerism is possible. That means who can show cis-trans isomerism. If you can get cis isomer, that means trans isomer also can come and it can show cis-trans isomerism. If you cannot get cis or you cannot even get a trans, that means both the isomerisms are not possible. They will not show geometrical isomerism, they will not show cis-trans isomerism. Now you verify same groups are present here or not. Are they same? No. Same groups should be present on both the carbons. I cannot take these two same groups and call them as a cis because both the same groups are present where? on the same carbon, whereas here both the same groups are present and should be present on the side by side carbon, right? But in this compound, same groups are present but not on both the carbons, they are on the same carbon. So it cannot be compared. So cis-trans isomerism is not possible. Going to the next, what are the carbons which I have written are this and this, right? On this carbon, what are the two groups? Hydrogen is one, another hydrogen is also one. Same way on the other carbon, what are the groups? One bromine and other bromine. Now you compare, does it have two same groups on both the carbons? Two same groups are present but on the same carbon this side. Two same groups are present but on the same carbon this side. So you cannot compare. Therefore, cis-trans isomerism is not possible even in the second compound. Let us go to the next. The carbons which I have written in the structure is this and this. You should be able to identify the carbon of a double bond correctly. If you can do so easily, you will be able to add the two groups on this carbon as well as the other carbons, right? So on this carbon, what are the two groups? This is one group and hydrogen is another group. Let me write C6H5 is one group and hydrogen is another group. And you remember that on a double bonded carbon you can only have two groups, whether same or different, but not three groups, okay, right? So on this carbon I have written C6H5 as one group and hydrogen as another group. Let us go to the next carbon. On this carbon, what are the two groups? One is hydrogen, the other is methyl. Now you compare whether it can show cis-trans isomerism or not. First find out same groups are there or not. Yes, same groups are present in both the carbons. In first and second case, same group was present on the same carbon. Cis-trans isomerism cannot be possible. In this case, same group is present on the opposite carbon, that means it is a trans isomer. If you can get a trans isomer, even cis possibility is also there. So simply by changing the position, you can draw cis-trans isomerism. First one was a trans isomer, second one was cis isomer, second one is cis isomer. Is it? Now that means in compound C you can get cis-trans isomerism. A and B did not give. Coming to the third, what are the carbons I have written? This is one carbon I have written, this is another carbon. It is chlorine, not carbon, okay. So now on this carbon, what are the two groups? One group is CH3, other group is hydrogen. So let me write CH3 above, hydrogen below. On the next carbon, what are the two different groups? Chlorine is one and CH3 is another. Now you compare whether both the carbons has any groups same. Yes, CH3 and CH3 on both the carbons it is present. Where are they? They are trans to each other. That means it is a trans isomer. If I can get a trans isomer, that means even cis isomer is also present. What should I do? I should change the position of methyl group from bottom to top. That's it. Now they are on the same side. That means it is cis isomer. So compound A and B did not give any geometrical isomerism, whereas C and D is giving cis-trans isomerism. Okay. Now in the next class we will look at the properties and preparations of alkenes. Thank you.